Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Sa uttama sloka padaravinya nisevaya kinchana sangha labhaya tavan param nivritim atmano nuhur Sangha dinasya manasama yadhad Sa uttama sloka pararavinya Isevya kinchana sangalabhya Avan param nivitim atmano muhur Visanga dinasya manasama vidyat Word for word. Sa He Prahlad Maharaj. Now it's clear? Is it better now? Sound is better? No, you can't hear? Uttama sloka pada pavar avara vindayo To the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality Godhead is worshipped by transcendental prayers. Nisevaya by constant service. Kinchana of devotees have nothing to do with the material world. Sangha in the highest in the association. What echo? Labhadaya obtained. Tavan expanding. Param highest. Nivritim bliss. Mana of the spirit soul. Munai constantly. Nishana vinasya of a person poor in spiritual understanding due to bad association. Mana, mind. Saman, peaceful. Yadhat, made. Is it clear? Can you hear? Translation. Because of his association with perfect, unalloyed devotees who have nothing to do with this material, anything material. Just some feedback. Not good, some feedback. Because of his association with perfect, unalloyed devotees who have nothing to do with anything material, Prahlad Maharaj constantly engaged in the service of the Lord's lotus feet. By seeing his bodily features when he was in perfect ecstasy, persons very poor in spiritual understanding became purified. In other words, Prahlad Maharaj bestowed upon them transcendental bliss. Purport. Apparently, Prahlad Maharaj was placed in circumstances in which he was always tortured by his father. In such material conditions, one cannot have an undisturbed mind. But since bhakti is unconditional, ahaitikya pradiyata, Prahlad Maharaj was never disturbed by the chastisement of Hiranyakashipu. On the contrary, the bodily symptoms of ecstatic love for the Supreme Personality of Godhead turned the minds of his friends, who had also been born in atheistic families. Instead of being disturbed by the torment of his father, Prahlad influenced his friends and cleansed their minds. The devotee is never contaminated by material conditions. A person subjected to material conditions can become spiritually advanced and blissful on seeing the behavior of a pure devotee. Om Arya Turandasya Jana Jana Sakaya Sakshu Limitam Jina Tasmei Shri Guru Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Danti Swapadantika Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Radhar Sri Vasari Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we have a few people, brave people who come to class today, even though it's a little warm. We have those who are listening on Radio Land also. So the translation again, because of his association with perfect unalloyed devotees who have nothing to do with anything material, Prahlad Maharaj constantly engaged in the service of the Lord's lotus feet. By seeing his bodily features when he was in perfect ecstasy, persons very poor in spiritual understanding became purified. In other words, Prahlad Maharaj bestowed upon them transcendental bliss. So this is a narration between Narada Muni and Maharaj Yudhisthira. First, Maharaj Yudhisthira inquired how the two doorkeepers, Jai Vijay, had to come in the material world and become the demons. Now, Maharaj Yudhisthira wants to know why Hiranyakashipu would torture his 5-year-old son, who was a pure devotee. Generally, father is very affectionate to his children. But if the child does something wrong, the father will may correct him, but not out of enviousness or enmity, but out of love. But Hiranyakashipu was different. He considered Prahlad Maharaj his enemy. Because when Hiranyakashipu called Prahlad Maharaj to sit on his lap and asked him what he learned from his teachers, he preached devotional service to Lord Vishnu. And Hiranyakashipu thought he was immortal and thought he was even better than Lord Brahma, and held Lord Vishnu responsible for killing his brother Hiranyaksha. Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha were the first demons in the creation. So because Hiranyakashipu was a demon, he didn't have affection for his son like a father should. So he wanted to try to kill his son in so many different ways. This chapter is called Hiranyakashipu Terrorizes the Universe. So Hiranyakashipu, as he got the benediction from Lord Brahma, became so powerful, he terrorized not only one planet or one country, but the whole universe. So much so, everybody was subjected to his rule except for Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. So, one time, Raghunath Bhatta Goswami went to see Lord Chaitanya. You know Lord Chaitanya is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but he comes in the role of the devotee, Bhakta avatar. So Ramdas Vishwas was always chanted in the name of Lord Ram, and appeared to be a very advanced devotee. But when they went to see Lord Chaitanya bestowed his mercy on Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, but he didn't bestow his mercy on Ramdas Vishwas because he was a Mayavadi. We didn't pay much attention to Ramdas Vishwas. So this is the example of how the Lord can be kind to devotees. But of course, envious people are not attracted to the Lord or devotional service. It says in Bhagavad-Gita, whatever a great man does, the common man follows. So the king, school teacher, father, or guru, they should act in an exemplary way so that everyone will follow them. One lady had a son who was eating too much sugar. So she went to a yogi and said, "So can you tell my son not to eat sugar?" He said, "Well, you come back in 1 week." So after 1 week she came back, and the yogi said to the boy, "Don't eat sugar." So she said, "Well, why'd I have to come back? Why couldn't you tell him that first time?" He said, "Well, I had to stop eating sugar first." So the king, the teacher, the father, the guru, they should be acharya. They should teach by example. Lord Rishabhdev said one should not become a father, mother, husband, worshipful deity, unless he can take his dependence back to Godhead. So the father and mother should set a good example for their children, so they have a chance of becoming Krishna conscious. Also the government leaders should be Krishna conscious, so the people will be Krishna conscious. So, the Prahlad Maharaj was able to purify his schoolmates who had a poor understanding of poor spiritual understanding. But his own father, he wasn't able to change the mind of his own father. This is extremely hard to understand. That he says, what does it say? It says sadhu sangha. Sadhu sangha. Chaitanya Charitamrita. Sadhu sangha. Sadhu sangha. Sarva shastra koi. Lava mantra sadhu sangha. Sarva siddhi hoy. The vertical all revealed scriptures that even a moment's association with a pure devotee, one can attain all success. And just the opposite of that is sadhu sangha, asat sangha tyag, a vaishnavachar, sri sangi a eka sadhu, Krishna bhakta ar. A Vaishnava should avoid the association of ordinary people. Common people are very much materially attached, especially the women. Vaishnavas shall also avoid the company of those who are not devotees. The Sadhu Sangha says that by association with devotee, even for Loba mantra, 11th of a second, one can be changed. But there's 4 kinds of people who surrender to Krishna, and 4 kinds of people who don't. And Abhijanti Mamudha, Krishna says when he appeared in the material world, not everybody recognized him as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, especially the mudhas, the fools and rascals. The people who don't surrender to Krishna, the Naradamas, the mudhas, those whose knowledge has been stolen by illusion, and the atheists, they don't surrender. But those who are in distress, those who are in need of money, those who are searching for inquiring, searching for knowledge, and those who are inquiring, the jnanis, Bhavanam Jamanante, Gyadavam Bhajante, Vasudeva Samamati, Samahama Sadurlabha. So after many, many births, one may inquire and come to devotional service. So because Hiranyakashipu was a demon, he couldn't appreciate the fact that his son was a great devotee. He took him on his lap. He didn't get any ecstatic feelings. Prahlad Maharaj, he was always in samadhi. Here it says that so Uttama Sloka Paravindayo, just like Maharaj Ambarish, always engaged in the lotus feet of the Lord. When Durvasa Muni came to see Maharaj Ambarish, he was observing Ekadasi and Dwadasi. So Maharaj Ambarish, so Durvasa Muni is easily pleased and easily disturbed. So the time had come for Maharaj Ambarish to break his fast. So he told Durvasa Muni, you go take your bath. When you come back, I'll have prasadam for you. But Maharaj Ambarish didn't know what to do because the param time was to break his fast for the Ekadasi. And he thought if he ate something, then Durvasa Muni would be angry. So he consulted some Brahmins and decided to drink a little water. Because drinking water breaks the fast and doesn't break the fast. So when Durvasa Muni came back and saw that Maharaj Ambarish had drank some water, which is not a great offense, it's not even an offense at all. Just drink a little water. But Durvasa Muni took a hair off his head and a big demon was produced to kill Maharaj Ambarish. But because he was always absorbed in the lotus feet of the Lord, and the Lord had given him the Sudarshan chakra, he was protected. So, the same way here, Prahlad Maharaj is always absorbed in thinking of the lotus feet of the Lord. This is called samadhi, or trance, or perfection. Samamam nistaha buddhi. When the intelligence is always absorbed, that means the one is engaged in Krishna consciousness. And then the Upanishad says the best of all advice, one should hear, chant, and remember Krishna 24 hours a day. Smartavya satatam vishnur. But in the conditioned state, or in the stage of Kanista Bhakta, or in those who are Kanista Bhaktas, this is very difficult. When we're chanting japa, we're not giving our full attention. The mind wanders. So we try as best we can to bring the mind back to the mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, because the mantra, the holy name of the Lord and the Lord are non-different. But there's not easy to realize that and to chant. If you chant the pure name, then you'll always be in ecstasy. The pure devotee, when he chants the name of Krishna, he automatically sees the pastimes of the Lord. And he doesn't get deviated. But in the neophyte state, we do get deviated. But Prahlad Maharaj, we were reading these verses, 6 verses describing how he was always seeing the Lord, always in Krishna consciousness, and all in 24 hours a day. And therefore, he was fearless, even though his father was trying to torture him, trying to kill him in so many ways. He was not disturbed. He just went on chanting. Srila Prabhupada also was fearless. His name was Abai, it means fearless. And he came to America, came by boat, fiercely, took a boat with 3 trunks of books to preach Krishna consciousness. So, Prabhupada was also a pure devotee, and he couldn't be contaminated. Shri Shri Gaura Krishna Bhavan Radha Shyamasundar Ki Jai. So Srila Prabhupada was a pure devotee of Krishna. And those of us who had the opportunity to see Prabhupada in the early days recognized immediately that Prabhupada wasn't an ordinary man. Rabindra Swarup narrates that when he saw Prabhupada from his window at college, he saw Prabhupada had an effulgence. He couldn't believe it. He never saw a man like that. And many other devotees will testify so many wonderful things that occurred when they were in the association of Prabhupada. So sometimes this happened. Prabhupada gave his association to so many people, but it wasn't always positive. When he was with Dr. Misra in upstate New York, or wherever it was, New York City, Dr. Misra was a Mayavadi, and Prabhupada couldn't influence him to become a Vaishnava. In fact, after Prabhupada gave 2 lectures, Dr. Misra wouldn't let him speak anymore. But Prabhupada, somehow or other, still kept a friendly relationship with him. But he didn't stay in his ashram. Even Prabhupada's family didn't become pure devotees. His wife liked to drink tea, and they didn't have any money. So she went to the shop, and she took his Bhagavatam, and she traded it for tea biscuits. So when Prabhupada found out, he told her, "Tea or me?" Because she thought he was joking. But he wasn't joking, because she wasn't favorable and his family wasn't appreciating even though she was initiating the Gaudiya Math, she wasn't appreciating Prabhupada's desire to preach, and they weren't assisting Prabhupada in the preaching movement. So Prabhupada left home, took Vanaprastha, and finally took sannyas. And even when he did that, his family couldn't appreciate that he had done something wonderful. And Prabhupada asked his son, one of his oldest son, to help with the Juhu project. His son rejected and wrote him a long letter telling him that he made a mistake in leaving home and not maintaining his family. So how is this? Even Jesus Christ, who is a Shakti-based incarnation of the Lord, who came to preach God consciousness, he was crucified because he didn't like the fact that in the temple, in the synagogue, in the Jewish synagogue, they were slaughtering animals. So he wanted to bring people away from that violence. But he was a God-conscious person. He wanted to give people God consciousness. But they didn't recognize him, and they ended up putting him on the cross, crucifying him. So it is the way it is that pure devotees are not always recognized by everyone. When Prabhupada went to Singapore, they wouldn't let him in the country. When Prabhupada came back to India one time, the servant forgot to bring his vaccination card for yellow fever. So they had the immigration man, refused to let Prabhupada in the country. He put him in quarantine for 10 days. The Prabhupada said, I can never get yellow fever. So the man was not pious. If someone is pious, someone has some punya, then they can appreciate the association of Prabhupada. If someone's not pious, then they didn't appreciate it. So it's like the cowherd boys. It says, due to heaps of pious activities, they got to become cowherd boys and play with Krishna. So even in Lord Chaitanya's the Chankasi, the Brahmins complained about the devotees doing kirtan. So Chankasi had to stop, personally went and stopped the kirtan and broke the drum and made a declaration that no one should do kirtan in Navadvip. So even Lord Chaitanya, the Supreme Personality Godhead, was not recognized by everyone. And even Lord Krishna, when he came 5,000 years ago, not very many people recognized him. When Krishna went to Mathura, he asked the washerman to give him some cloth. The washerman said, "You boys should not be so impudent. These cloths are meant for King Kamsa." So Krishna didn't try to argue with the man. He simply took his hand, and with the upper part of his fingers, cut off the man's head. So the man didn't appreciate Krishna. When Krishna asked for sandalwood from Kubja, a hunchback lady, he accepted it because she gave with devotion. She had devotion. And not only that, he stepped on her, put his feet on her toes and pulled her up and made her a straight, beautiful lady. So this is the difference. If Krishna says, Bhakti Mamami Jananti, if you have devotional service, then you can appreciate Krishna and Krishna's devotee. When Prabhupada went to San Francisco, they arranged a rock concert for Prabhupada. To go to a rock concert, which is just very loud and people are all intoxicated. It's like a hellish condition. Prabhupada went there anyway. When Prabhupada went there, these people called Hell's Angels, they're like gangsters, and they carried so many weapons. But when Prabhupada went there, they offered obeisances to Prabhupada, and all the weapons fell on the floor and made a big noise. Chains and knives and things. In the same way, when Prabhupada went to England, the devotees had made friendship with George Harrison. George Harrison was a very popular singer and had millions of dollars. So he was attracted to Prabhupada, and he wrote songs about Krishna, about Prabhupada. But the other Beatles, there was 4 of them, they were not so much inclined to Prabhupada. Alfred Ford, Ambarish Das, he was inherited millions of dollars, but he was also attracted to Prabhupada, and he helped Prabhupada get the Detroit Temple, the Fisher Mansion. So, also, Peter Burwash was also a wealthy man who developed his love for Prabhupada. So in different cases, many cases are there, where by seeing Prabhupada, people were influenced to become devotees. And other people saw Prabhupada, have conversations with Prabhupada, and didn't become devotees. So we can only say that the persons who didn't become devotees, because they were envious. In the early days in Australia, they made a big Vyasa sign for Prabhupada and took him to a preaching program at the college. and the ISKCON looked like something from Indraloka or a spaceship or something unusual. And people in the crowd, or students, they became envious and started making trouble, saying, why this man sitting on this seat? So after a few times, Prabhupada just stopped sitting on any high seat in public. And when he was interviewed by one reporter, the reporter said, why you're not sitting on that seat? He said, because if I sit on that seat, you'll become envious. So Prabhupada didn't need all these things. He didn't need a big car. He didn't need a big seat to preach. When people saw him riding in a big car, they'd say, why? You're supposed to be detached from all material things. Why are you riding in a big car? Prabhupada said, this car is nothing but steel and metal and glass, plastic. What's so good about the car? The Guru should have a gold car. So it says that Saksaritrin Yasamasha Shastra Utasatava Yata Ivasabi Kintu Prabhu Priya Evatasha, that the Guru should be worshipped as much as the Supreme Personality Godhead, because he's the most confidential servant of the Lord. Doesn't mean that Prabhupada became God. One time in the early days, devotees had misconception. They were saying that Prabhupada was Krishna. But Prabhupada never said he was Krishna, and they smashed that idea. But he's the servant of Krishna. There's the worshipper God and the worshipable God. Krishna is the worshipable God, and the Guru is the worshipper God. So since Prabhupada was a pure devotee of Krishna, many people had his association, appreciated his association. And many people had his association, but didn't appreciate his association. Like the fly may be sitting on the lap of the king, but he's getting his association, but he doesn't appreciate that. So Prabhupada's servants also, when it says familiarity breeds contempt, if someone becomes too close to Prabhupada, may commit offenses, and ended up leaving the service of Prabhupada. Even in New York, 1975, they had Rath Yatra for the first time on Fifth Avenue. And generally the police would give us trouble. When we first started doing Rath Yatra, the police would tell us to hurry up, get it over with. But then they changed their attitude because they saw we're not a window-breaking crowd. Other parades, they have people, everyone's intoxicated and make a lot of trouble. So the police have to go to a lot of trouble. So the policemen who witnessed Srila Prabhupada coming to Rath Yatra in New York in 1975, they appreciated when they saw Prabhupada and they saw the Rath Yatra. They asked to be there every year. They appreciated it. So so that means they were a little pious, a little not so contaminated. So Prahlad Maharaj, he was, by all his symptoms, all his qualities, he was able to preach to his classmates and turn them into pure devotees. So, because he would preach to his devotees when the teachers were not around. And they were innocent children, even though they were born in demoniac families. They hadn't been influenced by bad association yet. So here it says that the Prahlad Maharaj bestowed upon them transcendental bliss. In other words, they became ecstatic in the association with devotees. So we also, by practicing Krishna consciousness, beginning with Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevanam, we also become ecstatic and feel ecstatic symptoms, even in the neophyte stage. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas, he traveled all over South India, and whoever saw him became a devotee. Whoever saw that devotee became a devotee. Whoever saw that devotee became a devotee. This way, he spread Krishna consciousness all over South India, just by seeing him. And it says in Tri Yuga that Krishna, one name for Krishna is Tri Yuga. That he only comes in as a Yuga avatar in 3 times. In Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwarka Yuga, but not in Kali Yuga. But that doesn't mean there's no Yuga avatar in Kali Yuga. But the Yuga avatar is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna Varnam Sri Sakam Krishna. He comes in a golden complexion, and he comes as a devotee, Bhakti avatar. Whenever they would dress Lord Chaitanya as Krishna, he would block his ears and say, "No, I'm a jiva, I don't want to hear that." But he actually is the Yuga avatar. Even Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, who is the reservoir of all bad logic, when Lord Chaitanya came to Jagannath Puri and took darshan of Lord Jagannath, he fell in ecstatic trance. And the Chokidar, who wanted to beat Lord Chaitanya, but Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was there, stopped him, and took him to his house. And then he examined Lord Chaitanya to see if he was still alive. There was no symptoms of life in his body. So he took a cotton swab and held it up to his nose and moved slightly. So he understood that Lord Chaitanya was in some kind of ecstatic trance, even though he was a Mayavadi. But still, he couldn't accept Lord Chaitanya as the Supreme Personality Godhead, until his son, Gopinathacharya, preached to him from Mahabharata, Srimad Bhagavatam, different verses which prove that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was the Yuga avatar. So in this way, the pure devotees of the Lord and the Lord himself, they come in this material world, sent by the Lord to preach Krishna consciousness. That's in Kali Yuga, it's the age of quarrel and hypocrisy. Manda sumanda matayo, manda bhagya udritaha. It says in this age of quarrel and hypocrisy, everyone's lazy, misguided, always disturbed, unlucky. All bad qualities are there. And people are being more and more misguided by demoniac governments, demonic leaders, by the media of television, radio, internet. All these things are polluting people more and more and more away from God consciousness, and telling people that sense gratification is what you should strive for. The best sense gratification. You should get the best sense gratification you can, because there's nothing after life and you're not responsible for anything. When people go to school, university and college, Prabhupada called them slaughterhouses, because they don't teach anything about the spirit soul, about spiritual life. They only give some education so someone can get a good job and make a lot of money for sense gratification. So Prahlad Maharaj said, no, Mate Vidu Sarvakadim He Vishnu. The goal of life is to become Krishna conscious, go back home, back to Godhead. We shouldn't want to remain here in the material world. So in either case, we're reading the glories of Prahlad Maharaj, and most of this 7th canto is related to Prahlad Maharaj and the appearance of Lord Sringadev and the activities of Hiranyakashipu. So Lord Chaitanya heard this pastimes of Dhruva Maharaj and Prahlad Maharaj from Gadadhar Pandit, not one time, not 10 times, but hundreds of times, because he appreciated the activities of his pure devotee, Prahlad Maharaj. So Prahlad Maharaj was instructed by Narada Muni in the womb, and he was a pure devotee. As soon as he took birth, he was always Krishna conscious, always a pure devotee. And he was protected by the Lord. The Lord says, Name Name Bhakti Apyachati, that I will protect my devotees. He made that declaration. Even Lord Chaitanya said, I'll kill my own family members to protect my devotee. So, one of the person, Narakasura, was the son of Lord Vraha. Mother Earth was his mother, Vraha was his father. So he was Lord Chaitanya's son, or Krishna's son. But he became a demon. He got into bad association, and he was a devotee, but he got into bad association, became a demon, and Krishna had to kill him. So this is the example that the Lord, he protects his devotees, and he gave protection to Prahlad Maharaj in all circumstances. Even though his father tried in so many ways to kill him. To kill a 5-year-old boy is not a very difficult thing in an ordinary sense. But in the case of Prahlad Maharaj, he was tortured by his father in 20 different ways, but they couldn't kill him. And even Hiranyakashipu wanted to kill him himself, but he couldn't kill him either, because the Lord came. So Lord Nrsingadeva appeared. We just celebrated his appearance day. Appeared not to kill Hiranyakashipu, but he cared to protect his devotee, Prahlad Maharaj, and to establish his supremacy, and may help us to understand that we are Javera Supoi, eternal servants of Krishna, and that we should take the Krishna consciousness and make our human life successful, not waste our energy in sense gratification. Most people are addicted to think that sense gratification is better than Krishna consciousness. So when they come to the temple, we engage them in kirtan, they get deities, darsana of deities, they get prasadam, they get books, and this way we're trying our best to spread Krishna consciousness, which Prabhupada wanted, what Prabhupada's Guru Maharaj wanted, that this Krishna consciousness be spread all over the world. Lord Chaitanya also said that this chanting the holy name would go on in every town and village in the world. Despite all obstacles, it's coming true in places like Vietnam, China, Tibet, or outer Mongolia. There are so many countries you never even heard of. Devotees are going there and trying to spread Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur Premanande.